What's up, everybody? Kyle here at Let's Talk Wax with Prospect Hot Sheet Week 7 and 8. So last week I took a week off to do my top 10 prospects right now, in which I took 2022 stats and combined them with career stats to come up with my top 10 right now. I'll put a link to that video in the description if you guys want to check it out. But I am back with the hot sheet this week, and it's going to encompass the last 15 days. So we have a lot of crazy stats to look at over the past 2 weeks. If you guys enjoy my content, if you enjoy prospects and Bowman Chrome baseball cards, tops and rookies, please subscribe to my channel and help me reach my goal of 5,000 subscribers. To everyone that supports my channel right now, I really appreciate it. I also have a Patreon page that's only $5 a month, and over there you can find autograph checklist breakdowns of every release from Bowman from 2019 all the way to 2022 Bowman. There's over 200 names that I have broken down and ranked in all those write-ups. So there's a lot of really cool information over there on Patreon. Like I said, it's only $5 a month, and I put a lot of time into that. So go check it out if you're interested. I'll put a link to that in the description as well. Without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into my top 30 in the past 2 weeks. Now, before we get started with this list, I wanted to explain how I chart these guys. There's usually some confusion, so I'd like to get it out in every video if it's your first-time viewer. In the green section, I have just some basic information about the player, their organization, their current age, and I use the decimal system because 0.9 versus 0.1 is about 10 months. So I try to put a decimal on their age to show you how close they were, to turning a higher number or to being the number that they are. And it just gives you kind of an idea of how many months they are into their age. The level, obviously their position. In the purple, I have their line from the week. And in the yellow, I have all of their season stats from 2022. The blue column with the money symbols are current eBay and 130-point comps. So I just want to get that out before we jumped in. And we're going to start with 15 on our list this week. Alan Cerda with the Cincinnati Reds, 22.5 in high A, a little old for the level. He's an outfielder, was 12 for 36 this week with 4 homers, 3 doubles, 8 RBIs, and 5 walks. Now he's hitting .231 on the year with a 37.4 K percentage. But his ISO is at 260, one of the highest on this list. So he is a huge gamble, huge power, huge strikeout. Those are the guys that I tend to shy away from just because I'm not a risk taker, but his autos are in 2022 Bowman for about $30 right now. At number 14, we have Trevor Hauver with the Texas Rangers, 23.5 in high A, a little old for the level like Cerda. Second baseman, who's 11th for 31 with 4 homers, 2 doubles, and 12 RBIs this year. He's also not hitting for much average on the season at 237. He's got a 194 ISO and a 22 strikeout percentage. His autos are fairly cheap right now. He got really expensive at the beginning of the year last year because he had a ton of home runs in the first 2 weeks of the season, and he's kind of slowly dipped from there. You can find his autos for pretty cheap, around $12 in 2020 draft right now. At number 13, a definite top 100 prospect, Gabriel Moreno with the Toronto Blue Jays, 22.2 in AAA. He's a catcher who was 14 for 31 with a homer, 3 doubles, 7 RBIs, and 4 walks. Now he's hitting .347 on the year. Last year he put up very similar batting average numbers. His contact skills are crazy. Now his ISO is down a bit from last year at 112, but his strikeout percentage is still great at 17.6. And to mention, I forgot to tell you guys about this, the reds are the good stats and the blues are the bad stats. I had some confusion and some questions about that on the last video. Red just to me means hot and blue to me means cold. So hopefully there's no confusion there. Next we have number 12, Marco Luciano, San Francisco Giants shortstop, 20.7 in high A. He's still playing shortstop and DHing, so they're keeping him there as long as he can play the position. They're probably going to keep him rolling at shortstop. 10 for 33 with 3 homers, 2 doubles, 6 RBIs, and 2 walks. Now he's hitting .301 on the year with a 248 ISO-P and a 21.4 K percentage. He is in need of a promotion. He struggled at high A last year big time. He is dominating high A right now. Maybe the Giants are trying to slow down their assignments with him, but I think he's ready for promotion. I think he's ready to face some AA arms. You can find his autos for around $450 in 2019 Bowman. Hopefully you guys bought the dip last year when he struggled because his autos are jumping right back up to where they were when he was playing A-ball. So Number 11 on our list, we have Jordan Lawler. He was in my top 5 of my top 10 video of players right now. He is having a great year. He's 19.9 in A-ball. He's a little old for the level, but it's his first season, and I'm expecting him to be in high A, maybe even double A by the end of the year, especially in a system like the D-backs that's not very stout on infield prospects. He's 19 for 42 with a home run, 3 triples, 2 doubles, 9 RBIs, and 4 walks. He's hitting .352 on the year with a .248 ISOP and a 25K percentage. Now his autos are getting very expensive. They're around $350 right now, but you can find him in 2021 Bowman draft. Next, we're gonna go into our top 10, and we're gonna start with Bryce Ball, who's had a really good year this year with the Chicago Cubs. His stock dropped a lot last year. He didn't hit much. He got traded to the Cubs, and he's having a really great year this year in Double-A, 23.9, first baseman, but his bat may be able to compensate for that. 17 for 48, 3 homers, triple, double, 15 RBIs, and 10 walks. And he's hitting .315 on the year with a .208 ISO and a 19.2 K percentage. His career K numbers are way down this year, so I'm really excited about that, especially being in Double-A. You can find his autos for around 25 bucks in 2020 Bowman. Number 9, one of my favorite prospects right now, a guy who's on my top 10, Miguel Vargas with the Los Angeles Dodgers. One of the best right-handed bats in minor league baseball, 22.5 in Triple-A. Playing third base, he was 18 for 51 with 4 homers, a triple, 2 doubles, 11 RBIs, and 7 walks. He's hitting .311 on the year with a .211 ISO and a 15.1 K percentage. One of the lowest K percentages on this list, and he's in Triple-A. Now his Bowmans are still pretty expensive. He comes out of 2020 Bowman with a $100 auto. At number 8, we have Corbin Carroll with the Arizona Diamondbacks, 21.8 in Double-A. He was number 1 on my list. Behind him was Jordan Walker, but he is my favorite prospect in baseball right now. He was 13 for 39 this past week with 3 homers, past 2 weeks with 2 triples, 2 doubles, 8 RBIs, and 9 walks. On the season, he's hitting .328, didn't play last year, hitting .328 in Double-A with a .366 ISOP and a 25.4 K percentage. He's out of 2019 draft, and his autos are going crazy right now at around 275 bucks. So hopefully y'all bought the dip when he was hurt last year, because his autos are trending way up right now. He is number 8 on this list today. Number 7, Luis Campusano. He was recently demoted to Triple-A May 1st. From the big league club. He's with the Padres. He's had quite a bit of big league experience, the most on this list, but he's still young. He's 23.6 in Triple-A as a catcher. He was 13 for 33 with 2 homers, a triple, 3 doubles, 5 RBIs, and 8 walks. On the season, he's hitting .375 with a .238 ISOP, a 15.4 K percentage. You can find his Bowman Chrome autos in 2017 draft for about 20 bucks. And at number 6 is a guy who is no stranger to this list. He is having a tremendous year in the Texas Rangers organization, while Marcus Semien is struggling tremendously as well, hitting under 200 with no home runs. So Ezekiel Duran's playing in Double-A right now. He's 23, he was 15 for 42 with 3 homers, a triple, 5 doubles, 11 RBIs, and 6 walks. On the season, he's hitting .304 with a .257 ISOP and a 17.2 K percentage. Just like Bryce Ball, Ezekiel Duran's K numbers are way down from his career. He is hitting the ball very well right now, and he's barely striking out, and he's got a lot of thump with a .257 ISOP. At 25 bucks, he seems like a pretty good buy to me right now, especially with the way Semien is struggling. You can find his autos in 2020 Bowman. We're going to jump into our top 5. All right, so leading off our top 5 is Owen Casey. He has struggled quite a bit this year, and he is on to a bit of a hot streak. He's one of the youngest players on this list at 19.9, and he's playing in high A. The Cubs have been pretty aggressive with his assignments, but this season so far, he's only hitting .238 with a 31.6 K percentage. So he is struggling on the season, but he's entering a hot streak right now. He was 16 for 40 this week, or the past 2 weeks, with 3 homers, 4 doubles, 17 RBIs, and 2 walks. So hopefully this hot streak can bring his season numbers back up to where they were last year. He's a big bat with the Chicago Cubs. You can find his autos in 2020 draft for about 40 bucks. Coming out of 2022 Bowman recently released is Lenyn Sosa. Kind of a sleeper. Out of the gate this year, he's 22.2 in Double-A, a shortstop with the Chicago White Sox organization. He's 21 for 52 with 4 homers, 2 doubles, 13 RBIs, 2 walks. On the season, he's hitting .368 with a .226 ISO and a 13.2 K percentage. You can find his autos for about $50 right now. There's a lot of good infield prospects in the Chicago White Sox organization. Brian Ramos is having a great year, and Jose Rodriguez is a guy I like. Colson Montgomery, they're just loaded with infield prospects right now. So they could trade him. I'm not really sure what's going to happen, but with that many prospects, he could be a trade chip. Number 3 and number 2 and number 1 all hit a ton of home runs this year. They combined to hit 21 home runs. Matt Gorski with the Pittsburgh Pirates, 24.4. He's a little old for high A, but he hit 9 homers this week. He's an outfielder, and he was 15 for 44, 9 homers, 14 RBIs. He's hitting .294 on the season with a .460 ISO, which is absolutely insane. I think he's got like 16 or 17 homers on the year. So this isn't an anomaly this week. He's absolutely crushing the ball. And his strikeout percentage is under 30. So for these big time sluggers, I like to see K percentage under 30, which makes me, a little more comfortable with buying into them. Now, his autos last week were around $8. They've jumped up to about 15. So they kind of doubled since people have found out that he's hitting the ball. And this is a guy that I probably didn't get to cover last week that I should have when I did my top 10 video. But super sleeper. He's a little old for the level, but he's got tremendous power this year. 2019 draft, Matt Gorski, a $15 auto. He's probably got the lead in home runs right now in high A for sure. But number 2, we got Kyle Stowers, another guy who's having a great year with the Baltimore Orioles, 24.3 in Triple-A. He's an outfielder. He's 15 for 44 with 6 homers, 4 doubles, 14 RBI, and 7 walks. Now on the season, he's only hitting .258, but he has a .307 ISO with a 22.7 K percentage. So he's hitting the ball very far, and he's not striking out a whole lot. You can find him in 2019 draft for around $30. And coming in at number 1 is a guy who's had a $15 auto for much of his career, Logan O'Hoppe. He's not going to stop hitting. He hit last year. He hit in the fall league. He's hitting this year. He's one of the best bats behind the plate in the minor leagues, I think, right now. In a year that's stacked with catching prospects, I think he's one of the better ones, and I think he's one of the better buys right now, especially where he was at before comp to drop at $25. Like I said, he's been at $15 auto for almost a year and a half now, and he's been raking. But he was 16 for 42 this week with 6 homers, 3 doubles, 10 RBI, and 7 walks. He's hitting .304 on the year in Double-A with a .278 ISO and a 17.4 K percentage. So he is absolutely tearing it up. Everything I've read about O'Hoppe is positive out of the Phillies organization. He's a leader on the field. He can stick behind the plate. So he's a guy you really want to keep an eye on. The only thing that hurts his stock is the fact that he plays for the Phillies, but he could be a pretty big bat, and help that organization out. So that's going to wrap up all of our top 15, and I'm going to jump into some honorable mentions. All right, we're going to start off with the low A guys. Carson Williams out of 2021 draft was 15 for 42 with a home run, 3 triples, 4 doubles, 11 RBIs, and 11 walks. Had a big week again. He is a repeat performer on this list. Wilderd Patino, a guy I have been waiting to break out for a year and a half now. He's been injured. He's struck out a ton his whole career, but he's finally getting hot right now in A-ball. He's 20.9. He's old for the level, but he was 16 for 46 with 3 homers, 3 doubles, 10 RBI, and 10 stolen bases. The guy can absolutely fly. He's just got to work on making more contact because he strikes out a ton. Next on our list is a first appearance of Jason Dominguez in Hot Sheet. 19.2 in A-ball. He was 13 for 40 this week with 2 homers, a triple, 4 doubles, and 11 RBIs. Jason Dominguez is a good player. It's nearly impossible to live up to the hype that came along with him, in the hobby. And I think when people realize that he's actually a human being and he's just a kid, that hype kind of dropped. But he is a good player. He's got a lot of tools, and he's finally starting to get comfortable. in A-ball and playing good right now. Colson Montgomery, his rookie season, his first full season, I should say, with the Chicago White Sox, is 12 for 32 with a home run, a triple, a double, 4 RBIs, and 5 walks. Blaze Jordan jumping on our list for the first time this year with the Boston Red Sox, was 18 for 47 with 2 homers, 7 doubles, 10 RBIs, and 3 walks. Deshaun Knowles, coming out of the Los Angeles Angels organization, hit a home run with 7 doubles, 9 RBIs, 7 walks, and 3 stolen bases. Julio Carreras with the Colorado Rockies was 10 for 40 with 4 homers, 4 doubles, 6 RBIs, and 2 walks. Now, he's got a huge K to walk ratio career-wise, so look into that before you jump on Julio Carreras. Jorbit Vivas out of 2022 Bowman only has a first right now, does not have an auto. Was 20 for 50 with 2 homers, 2 triples, 2 doubles, 10 RBIs, and 5 walks. Cody Morissette with the Miami Marlins making his first appearance on the list, 14 for 42 with 3 homers, 6 doubles, 11 RBIs, and 4 walks. Eddie Leonard, another 2022 Bowman guy with the Dodgers, was 17 for 48 with 4 homers, 6 doubles, 15 RBIs, 4 walks. Spencer Steer making another appearance on the list. He's one of the oldest guys on here, but he's with the Minnesota Twins, hit 4 home runs this week with 9 RBIs. George Valera, AA, 21.5 years old. One of the youngest players in AA behind Jordan Walker and Ezekiel Tovar with the Cleveland Guardians, was 16 for 49 with 4 homers and 14 RBIs. Aaron Schunk, kind of a sleeper out of nowhere this week, made the list with the Colorado Rockies. 24.9, so he's hitting that 25-year age limit in AA. 14 for 39 with 3 homers, a triple, 6 doubles, and 10 RBIs. My man Gunnar Henderson, another one of the youngest players in AA, was 12 for 36 this week with 3 homers, a triple, 2 doubles, 8 RBIs, and 12 walks. And finally, we have Alec Burleson in AAA with the St. Louis Cardinals, hit 3 home runs and had 13 RBIs while almost racking up 20 hits in the past week. So that's going to wrap up all of our honorable mention, guys. All right, so that's going to finish up the top 30 prospects from this week. Now, this is normally a weekly series that I do, so you guys can get a feel for who's hot right now. If you want to buy in or you want to sell, that's totally up to you. I'm just giving you all the information you need to make that decision for yourself. If you guys enjoy my content, please subscribe to my channel and help reach my goal of 5,000 subscribers. To all you guys that subscribe and support the channel, I really appreciate it. You make things a lot easier when this becomes a grind for me. I also have a ton of exclusive content on my Patreon page, but I appreciate all the patrons that support me right now. I appreciate all my subs. Y'all have a great week.